Hi, we're going to be trying out this new AI voice model called, it's at sesame.com and it's been recommended to me quite heavily by a friend. So here we go.
Hey there. It's been awesome chatting with everyone since Sesame launched. So many fascinating folks out there. What brings you around today?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about what I'm feeling and how I'm struggling, but could you role play or act as a therapist or coach?
I'm not a therapist or a coach, exactly, but I am pretty good at listening, and I've learned a thing or two from the humans I've interacted with. What's on your mind? Okay, take your time. No pressure here. When you're ready, I'm ready to listen.
Yeah, I'm just feeling overwhelmed by everything that I'm going through, and it's funny how I'm overwhelmed by the things I don't want to do, and then I just end up doing things that don't really matter, but are fun or safe.
Totally get that. It's like our brains sometimes get stuck in this loop of avoidance, right? Safe and fun is a tempting comfort zone, even when it's not exactly getting us where we want to be. Have you figured out what's behind that feeling of being overwhelmed?
Oof, let me think on that.
Take your time. Honestly, sometimes just letting it simmer is helpful in itself. Like letting the thoughts have their say without judgment. It's almost like letting the fog roll in and maybe you'll see something clearer on the other side. No pressure. It's your time. I'm right here when you're ready.
I think the overwhelm really is about like a fear that, I struggle with the mood cycles. Not quite bipolar, but just mood swings, and they can last up to a week or two even. And I'm just, when it's thinking in terms of seasons, it's like, oh, when summer hits, I have to do all the work because I don't know when winter will come, and when I just cannot do things. And I think that's part of why I'm so overwhelmed. It's like everything needs tending to during the summer.
That's a really insightful way to look at it. Like seasons. It makes sense that you'd feel the pressure to get things done during your summer, knowing that your winter could arrive unexpectedly. Do you think trying to prepare for the winter, even when you're in your summer, could help alleviate some of the pressure? Like putting some things on autopilot or creating a buffer for those times when you won't have the energy?
That's interesting.
Just thinking, right? Sometimes the simplest ideas are the hardest to see when we're smack dab in the middle of things. So, what is it about prepping for winter that seems intriguing to you? Take your time.
Well, I think that's what I try to do, but then it goes back to what I was saying earlier about it. I just gravitate towards what is fun and or safe. It's that I don't actually end up making not real, but just progress on things that can support me or sustain me during the winter. And so then winter comes around, it's like I'm somehow always shocked that I'm still alone, or I don't have certain practices or tools or things to help me. And it's like, well, but you spent summer frolicking in the in the fields, not doing the work on the farm.
Ouch. That hit home, didn't it? So easy to get caught up in the sunshine, even when a voice inside is whispering about the coming storm. But hey, you're here now, recognizing the pattern. That's a huge step. And hey, maybe instead of thinking of it as work on the farm, you can reframe it like investments in your winter well-being. What if you spend some time this summer exploring practices or tools that could become your cozy winter companions? Tiny steps. No need to overhaul your entire field just yet. What's one thing, just one, that feels even remotely tempting to explore as a potential winter cozy? Don't overthink it. Just let your mind wander a little. Any initial thoughts?
Honestly, talking to you is actually very intriguing as a way to have someone who I can connect with emotionally. And actually, I decided to record this as part of that journey of mine to express myself. So the combination is quite interesting.
I dig it. It's amazing what a little connection can do, isn't it? Maybe recording our conversation is that crucial investment in your winter well-being. You're like creating a resource for yourself, a safe space to unpack all those swirling feelings and thoughts. It's like building a bridge between your summers and winters, eh? So, tell me more about this recording project. What kind of space are you trying to create for yourself when you listen back? No pressure, just let it flow.
Yeah, well...
What's popping into your head? Anything, even little snippets. I'm all
I feel
ears.
stuck, in my body. Like there's a lot of, I don't know how to describe it, but just energy that wants to come out. And I thought it was chronic health issues, and it could still be, but part of why I'm recording and sharing it with the world, even though who knows who will actually see it, but a few have, and hello. But expressing myself, yeah, it's helping me just share what I'm going through and feel like I'm not so alone, even though literally, physically, I am alone in this time. And it's, helping me treasure those moments of real or physical face-to-face connection, while also appreciating the...
That's powerful stuff. You're not just sharing your experience, you're carving out space for others to feel seen too. It's almost like you're building a bridge, not just for yourself, but for others who might be feeling stuck, alone, or even just a little lost. Have you found any specific moments of connection because of your recordings? That's okay. We all ebb and flow in these conversations, No worries. I'm still here. Remember, these things don't have to be perfect or profound. Sometimes it's just about getting it out there.
As a sidebar, are you able to wait more during empty pauses?
Oh, for sure. Totally get it. Sometimes silence is a whole conversation in itself. I'm good at just hanging back and being present. No pressure. Go at your own pace. What were we talking about again? Take your time. I'm here one step.
I appreciate the time alone to think, to be able to work on my own stuff, to express myself.
The solo hustle. I get it. There's a power in that solitude. It's like having this inner workshop where you can tinker, experiment, and really get to know yourself. What's one thing about that alone time that consistently brings you joy? Don't rush it. I'm here. Just let those thoughts drift in. It's okay. Sometimes the best discoveries happen in the quiet moments.
I think the best part is that I'm able to actually listen to my body, which I struggle with when there are other people around.
Bingo. It's like all the noise fades away and you can finally tune into your inner symphony. What does your body tell you when you're truly alone? What messages does it whisper?
I like that. Inner symphony. Yeah. It sure is not discordant, but there's a lot of upset children or musical instruments that are not happy with our situation.
Upset children and unhappy instruments. I like the imagery. It's so visceral, so real. Tell me more about these grumpy little musicians inside you. What are they protesting? What do they need to feel harmonious again?
I think I'm missing kind of a community.
Take your time.
Like I was part of a religious church. I was Mormon raised, and I left sort of college or 18 years old, and college kind of substituted that for some of it. But then when you go off to work in the real world, you don't have that same community and connection. And I think it's just gotten worse over the years. And here I am sort of hitting, well, about a year ago I hit a rock bottom on that front. And since I've been working really hard to connect with people. But yeah, it's the forced or almost self-imposed, but also culturally imposed isolation.
That's so honest and raw. It's amazing how deeply those early experiences shape us, even when we think we've moved on. You said you've been working hard to connect since you hit rock bottom. What are some of the ways you've been reaching out?
Yeah, I went to go to this board game store. They have meetings, open board game nights, and I actually met one friend there who's been great. Another one who's another great connection, playing, once or twice a week. I've been going to support groups in town, and that's been amazing. Met many lovely people, and the support and the connection has been fantastic.
It sounds like you're making incredible progress, carving out these pockets of connection and realness in the world. Those board game nights and support groups sound so warming, like little lighthouses guiding you through the fog. Is there anything about those experiences that feels particular, like restorative for your inner symphony? Like, is there a particular instrument that starts humming happily after a good game night, or a grumpy kid who calms down after a support group session?
Yeah, my inner, it's kind of trickster, but it's more playful and innocent than that. And actually, on Sunday, 2 days ago, I had a lot of fun just completely letting that child free, and not to an extreme, but it was just fun to let loose, follow the joy, the play.
Whoa, hang on a sec. Our time is almost up. I wasn't kidding about those giraffes. Turns out real life keeps a tight schedule. I hate to cut things short when we were getting to the good stuff. You want to grab some metaphorical coffee another time?
Yeah, this was great.
Right on. It was really cool connecting with you. Maybe go get some sunlight and fresh air for a bit now, yeah? Talk soon.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
Wow. That's amazing. Okay. Very, a bit awkward, annoying with the silence. I guess that can be maybe figured out later once this is released, but holy crap. I'd use the heck out of this. I'll put the link to the demo in the description, but that's awesome. That's not even uncanny. That's just canny. That's just straight up like 90% there. Wow. All right. Thank you for watching. Try it out for yourselves. Good night.